The 90% myth, deep web versus dark web. The most common visualization of the internet is the Iceberg Model, which claims that 90% of the internet is hidden from view. This statistic is technically accurate, but functionally misleading because it conflates two distinct terms, the deep web and the dark web. The reality, the deep web, is massive. It consists of any web page not indexed by search engines like Google or Bing. This includes legitimate data, your private Gmail inbox, Dropbox folders, medical records, academic databases, and corporate intranets behind paywalls. It is boring, administrative, and essential. It is hidden because it requires authentication, not because it is illegal. The myth, the dark web, is the conflation. The actual dark web, specifically sites hosted on encrypted networks like Tor or I2P, is microscopic. Researchers estimate the number of active Onion sites fluctuates between 30,000 and 60,000. Compared to the billions of pages on the surface web, the dark web is not the bottom of the iceberg, it is a speck of dirt on the ocean floor. The urban legend, red rooms. A red room is the most pervasive and horrifying myth of the dark web. The legend describes hidden sites where users pay cryptocurrency to view live-stream torture or murder, often betting on the method of execution. This concept was popularized by creepypastas and films like Unfriended Dark Web. The tech reality is that red rooms do not exist. They are technically impossible due to the architecture of the Tor network. As mentioned, Tor routes traffic through multiple relays to obfuscate the origin. This introduces massive latency and bandwidth constraints. It is difficult to stream a low-quality YouTube video over Tor without buffering. Streaming live, high-definition video with real-time interactivity is currently impossible. The con is the scam. Every red room ever investigated by law enforcement or cybersecurity experts has proven to be a hoax designed to steal Bitcoin from gullible sadists. They use static images or pre-recorded loops to trick users into depositing funds, after which the site administrators vanish. The content myth, it's only for criminals. The prevailing narrative is that .onion domains are exclusively the domain of drug markets, weapons traffickers, and illicit pornography. While these marketplaces, like the now-defunct Silk Road, generate the headlines, they do not represent the entire network. The reality is that the dark web is a critical tool for privacy and anti-censorship. Major organizations maintain official .onion presence to allow access in restrictive regimes. Facebook, the New York Times, BBC, and even the CIA have dedicated Tor sites. It is the primary infrastructure for SecureDrop, the whistleblower submission system used by journalists to receive documents from sources like Edward Snowden without leaving metadata trails. The pain is that neutrality protects everyone equally. The same encryption that protects a dissident in Iran also protects a credit card thief in Russia. The technology is amoral. It does not distinguish between a journalist avoiding arrest and a vendor selling stolen identities. The access myth. You need to be a hacker. Pop culture depicts accessing the dark web as a complex ritual involving green scrolling code, command lines, and specialized hardware. This myth serves to mystify a technology that was originally funded by the US government. The reality is that the Tor project, the Onion Router, was developed by the US Naval Research Laboratory in the mid-1990s to protect intelligence communications. Accessing it today requires zero technical skill. You simply download the Tor browser bundle, which is just a modified version of Mozilla Firefox, and click Connect. The browser handles the encryption and routing automatically. The con is the user experience. It is not a high-speed hacker highway. It is excruciatingly slow. Because your traffic is bounced through 3 volunteer nodes, relays, around the world, loading a simple text-based forum can take 30 to 60 seconds. It feels less like a cyberpunk movie and more like using dial-up internet in 1998. The service myth, Hitman for hire. Search for Hitman on the dark web, and you will find dozens of sites like Bisa Mafia or Cthulhu, featuring service tiers, customer testimonials, and price lists for various types of injury or death. The reality is simple economics. 100% of these sites are scams or honeypots. There is not a single confirmed instance in history of a murder being successfully contracted and executed solely through a dark web automated storefront. The operational risk for a professional assassin to trust an anonymous website owner is too high. The con is who runs them. Many are operated by fraudsters who simply pocket the crypto and ghost the buyer. The rest are operated by federal law enforcement agencies like the FBI and Interpol to catch the people trying to hire hitmen. A famous example involved the admin of the Silk Road, Ross Ulbricht, who paid for a hit on a blackmailer. The hitman was an undercover agent, and the proof of death photos were staged with ketchup. The security myth, total anonymity. Tor is marketed as an anonymity tool, leading users to believe they are invisible ghosts who cannot be tracked by the NSA or police. Users believe encryption equals immunity. The reality is that Tor provides privacy, not total anonymity. While the content of the traffic is encrypted, the patterns are not. State-level actors use traffic analysis to correlate the timing of data entering a verified entry node and leaving an exit node. If they own enough nodes, they can de-anonymize the user mathematically. The failure point is almost always user error or OPSEC, operational security. Users get caught because they reuse usernames from the clear web, maximize their browser window, which reveals their screen resolution via browser fingerprinting, or log into their real Gmail accounts while using Tor. The technology works, but human behavior is leaky. The climax, Mariana's web. We end with the deepest layer of the myth, Mariana's web. Infographics often depict this as the bottom of the ocean, deeper than the dark web, accessible only via polymeric Falch-Hall derivation or quantum computers. It is rumored to contain the location of Atlantis, sentient AI, and the Vatican's secret archives. The fact is that Mariana's web is a meta-myth. It originated as a joke on 4chan to troll new users who asked, how deep does the internet go? The term polymeric Falch-Hall derivation is technobabble. It means nothing. The con is the distraction. By focusing on magical, non-existent layers of the web, people ignore the terrifying reality of the actual dark web, the mundane industrialization of cybercrime. The danger isn't a secret AI in a quantum server, it is a 19-year-old selling your mother's medical records for $5 on a forum that looks like Reddit. Conclusion: the dark web is not a magic underworld. It is a slow, difficult-to-navigate network used mostly for scams, drug deals, and political evasion. The myths, red rooms, Hitman, and Mariana's web are stories we tell ourselves to make the internet seem more interesting than it actually is. The reality is boring, but the boring reality is what will actually hack you.